This is my another live about new project, and this project is about ES. So Git Launchpool newly added Eclipse ES Stake VTC Ethereum or ES to earn rewards. Okay, delivered in real time. And Eclipse ES will be launched on Gate Launchpool stake VTC Ethereum ES to earn ES token reward every hour. And thank you so much everyone for joining my live stream. And this is my another live about new project that you all can see here. This project is about ES. Okay. So airdrop details of ES taking period July 16, 2025 at 10 UTC and July 26, 2025 at 10 UTC, and total staking reward 990,000 ES. Okay, and unlock rules 100% unlock. Get Launchpool allows user to stake early. You can stake your asset before the project officially launches, ensuring you start earning rewards immediately once mining begins. Rewards distribution: the system will distribute token reward to users' spot account every hour based on the proportion of assets staked by each user. Okay, and Gate Launchpool. How to participate? Log into your Gate account and complete identity verification. Navigate to Launchpool. Hold at least 0.0001 BTC or 0.003 Ethereum or zero point 0.2 ES, and then click stake. An exclusive staking limit privileges for VIP users. VIP 5 and above users enjoy exclusive staking limits when participating in Launchpool with up to 500% staking limit bonus. And project information: Eclipse is Ethereum's first Solana virtual machine SVM Layer 2. Eclipse combines the base pieces of the modular stack with Ethereum's settlement. And Crypto King J. Hello, Crypto King. How are you? Thank you so much for joining my live stream and for commenting here. Thank you so much, Crypto King J. Okay, so Ethereum settlement, SVM execution, and Celestia for data availability. Each layer of Eclipse architecture is based in class and combined results in unstoppable performance. Eclipse in backed by leading investors including Placeholder VC, Hack VC, DVA, Polychain, Tribe, and Parafi, as well as industry leaders including Mustafa A. Al Basam, Celestia, Tarun Chitra. Okay, there's the names of I think page holders. Okay, so note that Gate Launchpool is an innovative staking and airdrop platform where users can stake GT, VTC, Ethereum, USDT, or other tokens to earn hourly airdrops or of hot and new coins with low entry barriers and high APR. It's the ultimate platform for effortlessly capturing market opportunities. Please complete identity verification before participating in LaunchPool to enhance the security of your account and assets. Number 3, please adhere to the relevant rules of the event. When participating, any cheating behavior is prohibited. An occurrence of any dishonesty will result in the disqualification of the reverse, where any discrepancy arises between the translated version and the original English version. The English version shall prevail. Number 5, Gate reserves all right to the final explanation. Number 6, this event is not affiliated with Apple. Users in United Kingdom and other restricted location cannot access the services, including the participation in this event, game or competition. See the user agreement for further details or restricted location. Okay, and GitLab's investment disclosure that GitLab did not invest in Eclipse ES. So risk warning are: the project team does not guarantee that token price will not be lower than its initial sale price. Please invest with caution and don't invest beyond your financial capacity. Okay, and number 2, the crypto project is still in its initial stage. Factors including the operation and underlying technology of the project and other related regulatory activities might contribute to significant risk. Number 3, advanced technical and financial knowledge is required to understand and evaluate the inherent risk of crypto asset investment. The market volatility is high and the price of a token might fluctuate drastically due to technical, regulatory, and marketing factors. Users may not be able to withdraw all the purchased token due to technical issue of the project or gate. So Gate team, July 16, 2025 published this gateway to crypto. Trade over 3,600 cryptocurrencies safely, quickly, and easily on Gate. Okay, and then Gate Alpha third point Carnival issue 11 trade to share 225,000 ES and Alpha point. Okay, so to celebrate the global debut of Eclipse ES on Gate Alpha, the 11th issue of Gate Alpha's third point Carnival is now live. Trade to share 225,000 ES and Alpha points. Coin name ES, full name Eclipse, public chain Ethereum, and there is the contract address as you can see here. So they're in project introduction. So Eclipse is Ethereum's first Solana virtual machine SVM layer 2. Eclipse combines the best pieces of the modular stack with Ethereum settlement, SVM execution, and Celestia for data availability. Each layer of Eclipse architecture is based in class and combined result in unstoppable performance. Eclipse is backed by leading investors including placeholder VC, Hack VC, DVD, Polychain, Trip, and Parafi, as well as industry leader including Mustafa Al-Bassam, Celestia, Tarun Chitra, Jontalt, Robot VC, Anatoly Yakovenko Solana, Zainer Sherwani Jito, Santiago Santos Parafai, and ran weakness since query has to flash flashboards and others. Okay, and even period July 16, 2025, 11 UTC, and July 2000, sorry, July 21, 2025, 16 UTC. Okay, you must click the join now button to participate in the event and receive reward. So reward 1, trade yes to get airdrop. During the event, among users who trade yes in the gate alpha with a cumulative purchase volume of ES no less than 500 USDT, the top 500 users by cumulative purchase volume will receive 166.67 ES airdrop. Reward 2, trade ES to earn points up to meeting target. During the event, for the cumulative buy trading volume of ES in Gate Alpha's trading area, users with a buy trading volume of not less than 200 USDT can get 1 Gate Alpha point. An user with a buy trading volume of not less than 300 USDT can get 2 Gate Alpha point. Gate Alpha third point carnival 1 million prize pool alive. Everyone can claim 100 USDT. Reward 3, check in for airdrop. During the event, accumulating a daily 20 ES by trading volume count as a successful check-in. Accumulating 3 days or more check-ins via trade allows participation in splitting the 141,667 ES prize pool, with the maximum individual reward being 33.73 ES. Reward 1, reward 2, and reward 3 can be obtained simultaneously if users participate in multiple first trade on Gate Alpha related activities during the same period. They can only receive the first trade on Gate Alpha task reward once. And how to participate in Gate Alpha trading? So please go to the Gate Alpha section for ES and participate in trading. Disclaimer: the above token information and contributed by community enthusiasts. For correction, please contact customer service promptly. And then attention that all participants must complete the identification verification before they can receive rewards. Number 2, rewards will be distributed within 14 working days after the end of the event. Number 3, users entering Gate Alpha for the first time need to read and complete the innovative transition disclaimer as guided and sign the relevant user agreement. The token project of Gate Alpha may have significant risk and fluctuations, so please invest cautiously based on a full understanding of the risk. And number 4, bulk registration of small account. Malicious wash trading, self-trading, and other cheating behaviors are strictly prohibited. Multiple accounts of the same verified user will be treated as the same account. If a user participates in multiple events held during the same period, the rewards for multiple event participation are not supported for duplicate claims. Only the rewards for a single event participation are supported. If there is any discrepancy between the translated version and the English original, the English version shall prevail. Number 7. It reserves the sole discretion and right to interpret this event or activity and has the right to modify relevant term or cancel the event without prior notice. This event is not related to Apple. Users in the UK and other restricted areas cannot use all of part of the services, including participation in this event, games, or competition. For detailed information about restricted areas, please read user agreement. Please note that we do not intend to solicit or market to customers in such restricted areas. Okay, and get out of crypto. Trade over 3,600 cryptocurrencies safely, quickly, and easily on Get. Take action now. Sign up and claim up to 10,000 USDT in welcome rewards. Invite friend and a 40% commission. Okay, and then get LAUNCHPOOL earn ES. So Eclipse is Ethereum's first Solana virtual machine. SVM Layer 2 Eclipse combine the base pieces of the modular stack with Ethereum settlement, SVM execution, and Celestia for data availability. Each layer of Eclipse architecture is based in class and combined results in unstoppable performance. Eclipse is backed by Eclipse is backed by leading investors including placeholder VC, Hack VC, DBA, Polychain, Tribe, and Parafi, as well as industry leaders including Mustafa Al Basim, Celestia, Tarun Chitra, Gauntlet, Robot VC, Anatoly Yakovenko, Solana, Zenier, Shirvani, Zito, Santiago, R. Santos, Parafa, Ryan, Watkins, Science Racy, Hasu, Flashboards, and others. Okay, so here total staking reward 500,000 ES, token staked BTC, price pool hourly cap 2083.33 ES, participant 2340, individual staking capture VIP 10 BTC, mining period 10 days, individual hourly reward cap 83.33 ES. Okay. And LAUNCHPOOL, about LAUNCHPOOL. So right now I will go in Sleep ES official website. So Sleep is Solana on Ethereum first SVM layer 2. Okay, so as you can see here, Eclipse maintain EVM layer 2 turbo.
I wish we could know we're in the good old days before we've actually left them.
Okay, and Solana speed, the most performant battle tested execution environment in crypto with a high TPS production system, built where the users and assets are Ethereum's liquidity Ethereum has 80 billion USDT in stable coins, 66 billion in TVL, and the second largest asset in crypto. Ethereum, with a market capture of 450 billion. Okay, and push on chain with Eclipse, DeFi 500 billion plus asset on Ethereum. Gaming, on-chain gameworks sign up to chain games in days, and consumer 500k plus active Ethereum addresses. 0.002 is transaction fee. Next generation 2D engines optimized for game quality and time to market. Existing identity layer compatible with all ecosystems. And build on Eclipse network and Ethereum SVM layer 2 combines the best of Ethereum and Solana. It's where the most performant execution environment meets unparalleled liquidity. Okay, and including ES announcement, token reserves multiple core purpose. It acts as a yes token for the Eclipse chain via Eclipse native paymaster mechanism. ES will also enable everything Eclipse ED11. Eclipse is okay. I'm so sorry. Gear user, uh, hi Gear user. Thank you so much for joining my live stream. And Manurani, hello. I'm so sorry. मैं reply नहीं किया. Manurani, how are you? Thank you so much, Manurani, for joining my live stream. Okay, everything Eclipse 80 Eclipse is Solana on Ethereum, the best place for apps. The everything Eclipse Newsletter will keep you up to date with all the news in the Eclipse ecosystem. Okay, and everything Eclipse 89 Eclipse is Solana on Ethereum, the best place for apps. The Everything Eclipse newsletter will keep you up to date with all the news in the Eclipse ecosystem. And everything Eclipse 88. So Eclipse is Solana on Ethereum, the best place for apps. The Everything Eclipse newsletter will keep you up to date with all the news in the Eclipse ecosystem. And Everything Eclipse 87. Get user gift me. Get user, please try to claim this. I hope you will get this gift. And Arif 991. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Thank you so much for joining my live stream, Arif. So Everything Eclipse CD7 Eclipse is Solana on Ethereum, the best place for apps. The Everything Eclipse newsletter will keep you up to date with all the news in the Eclipse ecosystem. Okay. And Everything Eclipse ED6 Eclipse is Solana on Ethereum, the best place for apps. The Everything Eclipse newsletter will keep you up to date with all the news in the Eclipse ecosystem. And Everything Eclipse ED5 Arif 991, thank you so much for your lovely emojis. So Eclipse is Solana on Ethereum, the best place for the Everything Eclipse, and newsletter will keep you in the loop on what is happening in the Eclipse ecosystem. There is the ED5. And introducing the Eclipse Creator Fund. The Eclipse Creator Fund is a fund designed to empower existing Eclipse artists while onboarding talent from other ecosystems and beyond Web3. And Everything Eclipse ED4 Eclipse is Solana on Ethereum, the best place for apps. The Everything Eclipse newsletter will keep you in the loop on what is happening in the Eclipse ecosystem. And Mohingi, thank you so much, Mohingi, for joining my live stream and for your lovely comment. Thanks a lot. Okay, and crypto apps, the greatest. More folks, Eclipse is supporting innovators who are building next generation application. And TurboTape was released into the world on in December. Turbo is a hungry cow, so we let the community feed him a little. Watching Turbo get feed copious amounts of grass. Oh my god. Okay, so TurboTape was released into the. Turns out he wants more to prepare for the cold, harsh winter. We are launching a few things to ensure Turbo gets enough love and grass until he is the beefiest cow around. Boots. TurboTape has boots that help you grow faster, grass faster. Each boot is tied to an app on Eclipse. Upon completing an app's boost, a user will grow passive grass at a faster rate. You don't have to get every boost turbo, we'll be more than happy with just a few. And gate user AUB, thank you so much for joining here and for commenting. Should we hold or sell gate user? There is a project, so I can't tell you anything about market. I'm so sorry. Okay. And then growing grass to start feeding turbo, and growing grass gate and invite code from philo turbo tapper. Pro tip: ask around, make friends in the eclipse discord. Grass in the lifeblood of turbo tap. Players can grow grass in two ways. They can either tap turbo more on bridge asset over to eclipse. The earlier you bridge asset over, the more grass you will grow. The more asset you bridge over, the faster your grass will grow. Always be grass maxing. And here are the assets player can bridge to grow grass: Ethereum, 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 Apex Ethereum, Sol, Sol, ETH Sol, Jito Sol, K Sol, and what is this? TIA, STTIA, stablecoin USDC USDT. To start growing grass, bridge asset using the following bridge. Okay, the goal here is simple: grow as much grass as possible, and collectively we will feed Turbo and make him the beefiest cow ever. Long life Turbo. Okay, and then everything eclipse. Everything eclipse CD3. So everything eclipse is a bi-weekly newsletter that keeps you in the flow loop on the eclipse ecosystem. And there is the great investor and angels. So Mirana, Marvin 11, Robot Venture. Okay, so there is so on. Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for joining my live stream. And there was the Everything Eclipse edition and Eclipse Vision, the Eclipse economy. The Eclipse economy will be the hub of economic activity for the entire world, not just crypto. It will recontextualize the concept of GDP for the modern developer. Okay, so right now I will go in white paper of ES, the Eclipse performance thesis. Benjamin Levicet, Alexander Petro, Saint Olivier, Dyson Fans, and the Eclipse Labs team. March 19, 2025. Abstract: we have witnessed a tremendous amount of computational power becoming widely available, spurred to a large extent by the need of LLM training and inference. Blockchain as a field has thus far not benefited from the availability of hardware such as new powerful GPUs and various other hardware acceleration techniques such as FPGAs, SMART, NICS, etc. At Eclipse, we are aiming to correct these oversight. This high performance computing device, utilized effectively, could increase the amount of computation the blockchain makes available by order of magnitude, something we refer to as gigacompute. And the Eclipse performance thesis focuses on building the most performant SVM layer to blockchain with a new SVM client we all GSVM through a combination of software, hardware, co-design, cross-layer optimization, workload not inference, and dynamic scaling, leveraging the unique freedoms of an layer 2 to depart from the typical layer 1 design constraint. Moreover, as an optimistic rollup, Eclipse can take advantage of the significant additional compute capacity without being not unduly limited by speed and cost of zero knowledge proof generation. Okay, and the Eclipse performance this focuses on building the most performance SVM layer to blockchain with a new SVM client we call GSVM through a combination of software hardware co-design cross-layer optimization workload non-interference and dynamic scaling. And Crypto Champion, thank you so much for joining my live stream. Good evening. Hi, how are you, Crypto Champion? uh okay, and dynamic scaling, leveraging the unique freedom of an layer 2 to depart from the typical layer 1 design constraint. Moreover, as an optimistic rollup, Eclipse can take advantage of this significant additional compute capacity without being unduly limited by the speed and cost of zero knowledge proof generation. And Eclipse argues that code designing software and hardware is crucial for modern blockchain, and to realize the vision of what we call gigacompute in GSVM, Eclipse points out that while TPS is widely used, it is um I'm also good Crypto Champion. And thank you so much for your compliment. Okay, points out that while TPS is widely used in it is ultimately a fluid mid race, advocating for the extension of compute units CUS to account for currencies computational for co-processors such as GPUs and to discourse age locking partners that hinder GSVM's design principles. Component significant design principles include network near line speed processing, probabilistic execution, pre-confirmation, performance-based sequencing, application-specific sequencing, and latency-optimized transition routing and runtime. Self-improving runtime using reinforcement learning, computational abstraction, hybrid concurrency for resource non-interference, and hotspot-aware hardware affine scheduler. Database disk access minimizing, sequencer drive and chasing, hotspot-aware parallel and NVMe array, hardware accelerated SSD, alternate accounts database, and first aid commitments for light clients. Lastly, this thesis outlines how their application domain and benefit from the extra processing. Okay. Okay, and interaction. The goal of Eclipse is to deliver the most performant SVM layer 2 network. Although the SVM stack is already performance oriented, thus providing a desirable starting point, we take further advantage to the unique opportunities that Eclipse has a layer 2 chain that are not available in the layer 1 blockchain context. Okay, the Eclipse performance thesis version 0.9, computational capacity, whether magnitude more than current chain. Support to the blockchain context is a part of what we call giga compute. At Eclipse, we follow this guideline. Okay, and software hardware co-design. We argue that careful software hardware co-design truly unlock the performance. And we will illustrate this with numerical example ranking for smart NIC devices with support for nearline speed execution very close to network to custom, support for faster key value store database with the help of zone, and we ME device and custom firmware. Number two, cross-layer optimization. Our goal is to co-design the major three components of the GSVM client and work non-interference. The design principle of Eclipse is to deliver the ability of to run participant without interference, i.e., if a disk is experiencing a significant load, it would not adversely undermine the ability of other users. And number four, dynamic scaling and chain elasticity. Our goal is to provide enough capacity to scale as application demand grows. Capacity may also scale together with demand. This can be accomplished by dynamically adding more execution cores or provisioning additional storage NVMe when a limitation of layer 1 blockchains and feature CPU Solana Placo.near and Solana powerful multi-core CPU e.g. 16% cores, 3.5% GH8, RAM 128 GB plus DDR4 RAM and network gigabyte Ethernet with stable connectivity. Figure 1, hardware requirement for nodes on Solana Polkadot and near new demanding application goes live. This is a form of horizontal scaling that can be satisfied with more capacity allocated across the layer of the system, including nodes, execution cores, and storage device. Our goal is to deliver a new GSVM client for the Eclipse rollup based on these principles taken together. These four principles guide every layer of the Eclipse GSVM client. And limitation of layer 1 blockchain consensus focus over reliance on generic hardware, although they require a very significant amount of computational capacity. As in figure 1, it is debatable whether the actual hardware utilization is particularly high. In section 2, we show that out of the box Solana does not use the available CPU cores particularly efficiently, not to mention GPU cores. In fact, blockchain developers are not given even for a higher end phone would be able to enjoy in terms of computer capacity. We point out that in most cases layer 2 blockchains have not gone beyond the assumption that are used by layer 1 and omission that we aim to rectify in Eclipse. And matrix, why do we need gigacompute? The tweak of the performance metric for which we will optimize is important. For optimization will impact some metrics more than others. Therefore, understanding why we have chosen one particular trade off over another requires knowing the rationale behind our initial choice of metric. Latency, the first and most obvious metric is response latency. And CryptoEye, hello CryptoEye, how are you? Thank you so much for joining here, CryptoEye. And MHSMT, hi. Thank you so much, MH, for joining here and for commenting here. Okay, and TPS, transition throughput, typically measured in transaction per second. TPS is the most widely discussed metric. This metric is universal and composable, where each blockchain component has a specific volume of transaction processing capacity. This unlocks the ability to optimize each component. Chip to I am fine. How are you? Anchor is the most popular and officially endorsed framework for writing Solana programs. It is safe to assume that the vast majority of Solana programs will utilize the Anchor framework. And beyond case, TVS is certainly helpful when thinking about consensus performance. Okay, smart contract chain use mattering to both compensate infrastructure operator and ensure that on-chain program terminate. Although the term gas is popular in the Ethereum ecosystem, we will borrow the term for Solana and refer to compute units, CU. Okay, and GSVM design principle toward gigacompute beyond the three over overarching principles that contribute to the performance of Eclipse software hardware co-design, cross-layer optimization, workload non-interference, and dynamic scaling. We propose more design principles that are component specific as shown below. A network, the reader is referred to section 3 for more details. Nearline speed processing, probabilistic execution pre-confirmation, performance-based sequencing, application-specific sequencing, latency optimized transiting routing. At Eclipse, we want to minimize the loss of latency for accessing the roller by deliberately allocating the nodes in the way that aligned with user and application geolocation and runtime. The reader is referred to section 5 for more details. Okay, and figure 4 contain connection analysis on a synthetic benchmark. The number of accounts between 10 and 100 results is significant degradation in TPS and does not depend on the number of trades and the available amount of RAM. Taking full advantage of the available performance for state commitments for light client. While Solana does not do state marginalization by default, we aim to support light client and as such plan to produce frequent streaming state commitments to users such as those running light clients. And paper organization, AI gaming and deep in finale section 8 concludes. Towards greater level of parallelism, in this section we expand on what we believe to be one of the key areas of opportunity to increase performance for GSVM. Solana offers a significant degree of parallelism compared to most of the blockchains. However, more effort is needed to bring us to the gigacompute scale. For example, figure 4 shows that loop content can result in severely degraded top numbers in the context. Okay, the inaugural Mimicoin indict. Performance issues are not just a theoretical consideration, they have a real world cost to the health of the Solana ecosystem. The network contention that resulted from the term mimicoin, as well as resulting spike in demand on the Solana chain in January 2025, discussed in great detail by Helios. We provide only a brief summary below. And airline registration processing. In designing GSVM, one of our goals is to expose much of underlying hardware capabilities as we can in order to improve an experience of the end user. The primary motivation for achieving nearline speed processing is to lower and end-to-end latency. And dynamic scaling, the general purpose island is required at all time to process the rest of transaction. The scheduler job on this island will be much more involved as it has the scheduled transition invoking multiple application. We do not foresee this to be a problem as if a hotspot occurs, it will be moved to its own hotspot. And Crypto Champion, good work dear. Thank you so much, Crypto Champion. And conclusions, by combining clustering and real-time scheduling, we solve multiple problems that would be a great deal harder to solve with a single scheduler. And there is the figure of semantic representation of Solana transaction lifecycle predict ANZA. And BPF and SBF historical overview. eBPF bytecode comprise a 64-bit instruction set for general computing purposes. It is an evolution of an earlier standard known as BPF3. Okay. Okay, better cheats. Although the main aim of WASM was a rival native code by leveraging optimizing compiler for execution, JIT scenarios often struggle due to the legentications. Consequently, several and however, this approach also results in time and memory overhead and lower level internal representation. RISC-V and open source instruction set architecture ISA has generated significant interest within the blockchain community. This architecture facilitates the development of cost effective and specialized corporations. For instance, these cores might be optimized for tasks like signature verification, as modern cryptographic signature semis often rely heavily on control flow and feature dedicated registers for efficient hardware execution of group operation. Currently, several optimized zero knowledge virtual machines. So everyone, thank you so much for joining my live stream, and this was our new project about ES and get launchpool newly added Eclipse ES take VTC Ethereum ES to and river delivered in real time. So thank you so much everyone for joining my live stream and for supporting me. Okay. So Allah Hafiz everyone and take care. I will back tomorrow with my another live. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz, and I hope you all will join my next live.